Rusty old man here. Today I am going to build a turret pod base. That's right. I'm going to actually build a turret pod that you can actually live in with enough storage for your entire wipe. It is going to be an enjoyable wipe. Playing in this type of base, you're going to have 365-degree coverage with turrets. I love it. These are the kind of things that I like to do when I play the wipe. Let's take a look at how we do this. We're going to start off with a triangle foundation. And this is going to be for our TC. You do want to elevate it a little bit. You don't want it as low as possible to the ground because you will have issues later on with that. Right now, we'll upgrade everything to stone. Put our TC in there. And you know what? Make sure you lock that TC. There's so many bases out there that I see that are not locked. And it's just crazy. Okay. Go ahead and build yourself one square out. From there, we're going to go ahead and do a triangle, triangle, and a triangle. And now we're going to add a bunch of wall frames. This is because we are going to protect this base with turrets. And we're going to protect them with chain link fences. Now, I know they're not the best when it comes to protection, but it makes for a very fun design. Okay, now that we've got this here, we're going to go around and we're just going to go ahead and protect ourselves with these fences. Now remember, if you've got two fences like this, someone cannot shoot through that. So you're actually safe. You can see them and they can see you, but it makes it totally safe. Now that door there, I like to have go out that direction. And again, you'll see why a little bit later. From here, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and add a floor frame, because in that floor frame, we're going to go ahead and put a ladder hatch. That's how we're going to get up. I like the ladder hatch to go right up against the TC window, or the TC. Now, when you get up here, we're going to go ahead and do mostly normal size walls, except for one, because we want a little bit of an extra storage. Again, we'll upgrade everything to stone. We are going to go ahead and place our large battery. And while I get ready to charge this base up, why don't you charge my channel up by hitting that like and subscribe button. We'll put our tier 2 right over here. Squeeze that as far in as we can. And then I'm also going to squeeze in a box as deep as I possibly can. And then we're going to do another box. You should be able to fit another box right here. It's tight, but it actually fits. And on this side here, this is where we're going to go ahead and place our two large boxes. Place our bag right there in the center, which should also give us the ability here to place one more box. Drop box wise, we're just going to spam them on over. All right, there we go. We got these two boxes here. We'll go ahead and put them right in this side. Let's head downstairs. And the core concept of this base is to give you protection with turrets. So we're going to go ahead and place a few turrets down here right in front of the TC. Next thing we want to do is we want to build up and give ourselves sufficient power. And so we'll do a wind turbine here. Place that wind turbine. Let's take a look at how we powered this up. Took the turbine and I brought it into this root combiner. And from there, brought it into my large battery. Large battery is going right into this electrical branch here. And from the electrical branch, I basically just have it daisy chained to other electrical branches. And the reason why I have 4 is because the first 3 I like to reserve for my turret pods. And so I have them going into a smart switch. And, you know, that way I can use the Rust Plus app, which is just amazing. But if you don't have that, or if you don't have tech trash to do one of these yet, just use a normal switch. That's fine as well. And then it's going to go down into my electrical panel. When you're plugging into these electrical panels and you have 2 items, use the first and the third power outs. I'll use the last electrical branch for other things, like this lamp right here. And to prepare for the additional turret pods, I'll just find another spot where I'll be able to plug those in here. And now I've plugged those into there. If you want to harden this base a little bit more by protecting your battery, you can do that by going ahead and putting a window frame here. You're just going to want to make sure you do that prior to placing those drop boxes. Otherwise, it's not going to happen. If you keep it open, you'll have the ability to have even more storage capacity. And there we go. This is it. This is the starter of this base. I think it's a great start. There's still so much more we can do to this. Let's go ahead and expand this base out. So after you've lived here for a bit, you'll have the ability then to expand this out even further. And it's simple. You just take square foundations, and then you're going to go ahead and just fill the rest of it in with triangles. That's it. And then you're going to want a triangle here and a triangle here, because again, we want to make sure that the turrets will be protected. Let's go ahead and upgrade all of this to stone. Need to add all of our wall frames to it as well. Every possible slot is getting a wall frame. You're going to need entry into here, so make sure that you have one fence over here that opens up and one fence over here. That's going to be your airlock into it. And then we're going to go ahead and just close up the rest. We'll go ahead and place our 2 additional turrets here. I'm going to move them kind of close to this here. You'll get good coverage because you've got both turrets here. Let's add our 2 other additional turrets to this side. Make sure you lock those gates, people. Now remember, people can't shoot you from within here. That double chain link fence is going to protect you. Sure, it's only one satchel to break through that, but again, you've got turrets shooting at them. If they want to come with rockets, let them come with rockets. Like I always say, a determined raider is going to get what they want to get. Let's load these up with my favorite turret weapon, which is the Python. What I found is if you use the same type of gun, it's good because you've got the same type of ammo. The problem is you run out of that ammo much quicker. So maybe you should think about doing an every other. One would be a Python, one would be a SAR. Okay, let me wire these up. All right, we've got all of them wired up now. And so now you can see the coverage that we have here across our base. People, the only way they're going to get into your base is to blow up those turrets, which isn't an easy task, or come from above. So if you need to, maybe think about some SAM sites here to help with that. Let's take a look at this upkeep. Now that we've got this thing fully built out, less than 2 stone nodes and half a metal node. Let's go ahead and upgrade the core of this base to metal so it's a little bit more difficult for these raiders. Okay, we've got our core now upgraded to metal. And now we're looking at a little bit over a stone node and a little bit over a single metal node. There's one more thing that you need for defense from this base, and that is if somebody does get in, right? They break through all these, and then they get up to here where your loot's at. You want to make sure that you've got some shotgun traps. So let's go ahead and place some shotgun traps, and we're going to have them point straight down. We've got a shotgun trap right there. You might be able to fit more in, but at least now when they try to come up, they're going to pay for it. Again, determined raider, they're going to get in, but you might as well make them pay for it a little bit more. Look at that beautiful base. That is not what you typically see in Rust. And I tell you what, don't be afraid to do something like this. Have some fun. It honestly is going to make your wipe different than it would be with your 2x2 base with a bunch of honeycomb or your humongous tower that you have. This right here will draw attention. It'll be in a good way. You're going to get people coming up making comments. You're going to get people coming up trying to raid you. It is going to be a unique experience. I love these types of bases. So go ahead, have a little bit of fun with it. I hope to see you all on a server sometime soon. You'll know who I am. I'm the role player.